What's up guys, Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing another AlphaQi VOD review because this guy has continued climbing. He's up to 13, almost 1400 LP, NA rank 22. Had a really nice 1-1-1 to finish off his most recent set of games. And this game actually comes not from his stream because I believe he was not streaming it, but from a meta TFT replay from a game that he played on ladder. Still, I mean, crazy how stacked this lobby is, right? We have Stay Alive in this lobby as well. I mean, this is just a crazy lobby, and this is just what happens when you're playing on NA at the top of the ladder, especially at this point in the set where some NA players are doing like scrims and stuff like that. But I mean, shout out to AlphaQi for just putting the work in and just climbing this late in the set, trying to go for what could be, honestly, a rank 1 if he wants to. All right, start off here with the Jarvan plus the Caitlyn plus the Nico. Great opener, a lot of pieces towards things like an Invoker opener if you want to go for something like an Orianna unlock, and the Vi plays into that beautifully here. He actually throws the Vi in there. I would think you would want to just grab the Continuum cogs, but he says, you know what? I can actually wait here until 2-1. I don't 100% know what my line is this game, and so I can wait a little bit here, actually, before choosing my Piltover mod in this spot here. Void check here, pretty decent ones, and we should do a quick Ionia check as well, since we are here. So let's check that. Oh, it's XP. Okay, so we'll see. Is also, as you might have seen at the start, a triple Prismatic lobby. So we're going to see our first of 3 right now. 12's of Twilight, 2 Birthday Present, Pandora's. Birthday Present in triple Pris can be okay if you're strong enough. In general, I wouldn't really... In a spell like this, I would not jump into it. With some upgrades, you can maybe see it. Roll, find upward mobility, Lucky Love's level up here. I don't like Lucky Loves since they buffed it and then they nerfed it like a set and a half ago or something. The fact that it only gives 2 sparring gloves is just not enough, I think, in the early game. So it's between upward mobility and level up. 2 similar augments. I think of upward mobility as the more consistent augment and level up as the higher cap one. Because, you know, upward mobility is allowing you to get to your board on something like a level 8, level 9, whereas level up gets you there, but says, you know, good luck from that point. So for that reason, especially because we know we are in a very high capped lobby here with the triple Priz, I would just grab a level up immediately. Also opens you up into these type of scenarios. Multiplicatively, I don't know, I decided to tell myself to say that word 3 times, but... multiplying stuff is really good in TFT, and so makes a lot of sense in a spot like this, where you know you're gonna get Priz items later, Priz augments later in the game, that you would just take this here because there's very good odds of a 3-2 or 4-2 into something like an econ augment, and then at that point you're level 10 for free essentially, and you can see already some of the game plan of what AlphaQi wants to go for here. Picks up the Kog'Maw, immediately slams the Guinsoo here, and why not? Why shouldn't we play for a Void and a Baron Nashor unlock? I mean, level 10 in triple Priz with level up here should be very easy to get to, so really nice game plan so far from AlphaQi, but the game, it gets a little bit more interesting than that, I will say. If it was just a generic, you know, Baron game, then, you know, why would we be watching it? We do have the Draven in shop as well, which is interesting. This is something that I would have been really excited to just pick up and start playing into. But AlphaQi says, you know what? The 4-unit board I have here is so strong, especially now with the Kog'Maw too, especially now with getting the Choseph Gath in here. It's actually a fantastic setup. So why would we actually try to swap out into the Draven? We don't have a Quick Striker. We don't have a Noxus opener. So our board's actually going to get substantially weaker there. I think that is a trap a lot of people would have fallen into, is trying to play for the Draven in this spot, because Draven with Guinsoo is obviously very strong, but it doesn't actually make sense on our board. It would make us substantially weaker here, and we're in a spot here where we're gonna 3-streak because AlphaQi made this really great decision to not play the Draven. So much of TFT. I think a lot of people take the skill for granted of like knowing what is a high roll versus what isn't. Going into Carousel here, I mean, I love a Sunfire in a spot like this when you're on a 3-streak here, so that's what I would be looking at, and looks like that is what AlphaQi is going to pick up here. Thinks a little bit about the Stair Axe as just a generic tank item, but the Sunfire is great. It's even a Caitlyn too, and now we can make this, and I guess throw it onto Nico. I mean, she's certainly the tankiest unit here, though not that tanky at the end of the day. But yeah, now we're in the spot here. Cog 2, Caitlyn 2 on a 3-streak here. We just need to wrap up the streak with 2 more wins. It is a Prismatic lobby, so you do have to be a little, you know, scared that somebody hits just some kind of insane Prismatic combat augment. The upside, though, is that Because of the way this patch plays out, I think a lot of people are, opting into Lost Streak, even in Prismatic lobbies. And so it feels totally fine for us to be able to say, a decent amount of the lobby is probably playing stuff, like this, Forged in Strength. I feel like I always call the one Forged in Steel. Upward Mobility, all these players who are playing Lost Streak style. So it's actually guarantee that we're going to finish our streak here with a win, which is fantastic. Actually, Gurpin's board doesn't look bad. It's actually 5 Ionia as well. Okay, this board is actually not bad. Just doesn't really have the front line, right? I mean, it's just not enough front line, but not bad for Gurpin, especially with that EXP Ionia, right? Having 5 in is going to be 2 per round. I mean, that is not a bad pickup whatsoever. So, but what is also a very good pickup is this 5 streak here for AlphaQi here. Really, really nice start to the game, especially, I've talked about this before, level up with a win streak is just chef's kiss. It's just beautiful because you now have this gold that can not only fuel your level up, allow you to push levels, which is already really good, but it can also fuel your win streak, right? You can allow yourself to push levels, continue to streak by pushing an early level 6. This set even, an early level 7, I mean, you could look at something like a level up this round to level 7 to get the Kaisa and the Rift Herald unlocks. I wouldn't put it past AlphaQi, especially the possibility of doing this thing that you'll see some people do where it's an after fight level here. So like, say we fight Cookie's OP here, we win this fight, you could actually see us leveling after the fight has occurred to say, okay, now we can actually level up unlock. If you slam the Chain Vest here, you actually get triple level 7 unlocks, but looks like we're going to delay it one more round here because we don't want to like actively grief our econ by leveling this round. So yeah, makes some amount of sense. Maybe level next round when it's a lot cheaper to level here. Next augment here. Like I said at the outset, you'd really like something like a level up into a gold augment here, and then just boom, you're basically level 10. So that's what I'd be looking at here. There is obvious upside to taking combat here, something like, Band of Thieves 2, and just saying, we're going to make it to 9. And so having a lot of TGs is really good here. Funny that I'm surprised that he rolls Band of Thieves before min-max. His favorite was min-max here, surprising. Soul Awakening seems like a pretty decent option. You can maybe think about Sweet Treats as well, just to get to more items for our board. I would rather just straight up combat here with something like Soul Awakening, I think. But that was an interesting augment roll order, I will say. And yes, this will be the level 7. Going to actually fit 4 Defender on this board for now, and will slam the Chain Vest like we talked about in order to get that Skarner unlock. So next round, Skarner, Kaisa, and Rift Herald unlocks. I mean, this is amazing for us, right? And if this is probably the weakest that we're going to be for a while, this round right here. So we have to really hope that, Daydreaming's board isn't too strong. Luckily, we fight somebody Secret of a Sands, hasn't got the Azir yet. Hold the Line Secret of a Sands is actually a crazy combo because the Sand Soldiers obviously proc Hold the Line. So that's actually a really cute little combo there, which you don't... Usually you see the Azir plus Hold the Line, but you don't always see it, from that perspective. Obviously, Herald's going to come in now. Items can move over to Kaisa. I'm going to drop these guys actually to get Void and Longshot in. This looks really, really, really nice here. Yeah, I mean, just a beautiful board. And the Sunfire going to move over to Rift Herald. And yeah, I mean, the board looks amazing. Nothing bad to say about this spot. And we can continue our streak here. The last thing that we really have to look for in this spot is a win streak here. Also, this player here, Kaz2, Hedge Fund Priz Ticket. This is something you have to watch out for because I assumed, yeah, it's a Noxus reroll line. But that can be a line that very quickly goes from, just having those solid econ augments into a 3-star 4 cost. Just boom. Does anyone else have like crazy econ? No, it's really this line. I would say that you'd be most afraid of hitting something like a Prismatic econ and or like a 3-star 4 cost off of, especially even like a last augment Prismatic econ here. But yeah, we end up getting the chain off Carousel and just making Bramble Vest here. Solid tank item in this spot here, and really just want to slam something, right? You want to keep your streak up. You want to make sure that you can win every fight in this spot. So the Bramble's, perfect in this spot, especially. I mean, this person's AP. We'll see actually how much this lobby shakes up between AP AD, but at the end of the day, you got to make a slam. And when you're on such a win streak, just slamming anything is a victory here because you obviously don't really get to pick what you get off of Carousel here. Pick up the Rek'Sai here. So now we have 6 Void if we want to play it. You could drop it of something like Longshot. The problem is we can't drop another unit, right? I mean, the Skarner's just too good to drop. The Bruiser is way too big for our Rift Herald in terms of HP. So all you could really drop is the Caitlyn, and maybe we'll see a level 8 6 Void. The other thing is 6 Void tends not to be that big of an upgrade. I mean, the extra Void mod, unless you have an extra, Bel'Veth 2 with items or something like that, doesn't do all that much. The jump in attack speed, I mean, it's it's whatever. But are you really playing, an extra 2 units just to get this jump in AS when, I mean, just jumping from 2 to 3 long shot is giving you, a decent jump in damage as well here. Picking up Teemos, though, looking like we might play a 4-4-2 board where we just play 4 Void, 4 long shot here with the Teemo for a little while. Do pick up some extra Void units here off the orbs, which is pretty good, and we can just barely pre-level up here. Level up, and what a pre-level it is. It ends up finding a solution instead, which is fantastic here. We can make the Spirit Visage here. Means we have to make TG here, which, I mean, it's a good slam in the moment. My only fear about this is we're drastically down on damage items, right? And we just slammed 2 damage components, glove, into just a TG here, which, yeah, is a little bit rough here, but I mean, at the end of the day, you won't feel too bad about your spot because we are still win streaking. We are still winning fights. 100 streak. I mean, just beautifully played every round from Achi to keep this streak here. And final augment here. Growth mindset you don't really like because obviously XP is actually at a... What's the opposite of a premium? It's at whatever that is. We already, our XP is so much cheaper, so why would we want an augment that just gives us XP? We'd really like an augment that gives us gold, and look at that. There is one. Money Monsoon here. I mean, I think it's a perfect pickup here. Means that we can just easily go 10. Guarantees us that we're going to have enough econ to, find stuff like the Baron Nashor 2-star down the line, because obviously Baron 1 all in good, but Baron 2 is going to be, our win condition, hopefully in this lobby, but in triple Priz, you even have to worry about is a Baron 2 enough to make it there. So we will see what the rest of the lobby wraps up into. Pick up this Taric here. We are going to level and just play it on level 9 because why shouldn't we? We are very, very strong here, and level 10 is rapidly approaching. Rotating to the Secret of the Stands player who did pick up a nice Renekton after winning the last 2 fights last stage. But we can still beat them just because we got 9 units on our board. That's pretty good, and all of them are pretty good. We do pick up a Fiddlesticks here and our extra gold here. Can we? Yeah, we could theoretically level this round. It's a little expensive, so I guess we're going to sack one here. Or sack, I mean, there's very good odds that we're actually going to keep our win streak in this spot, especially after all the good stuff that we found, right? I mean, the Lucian Senna is such a big in. We can now move this down here, get the LW onto them, which is really, really nice. Hopefully the Rift Herald will hold up here. Is this the end of our win streak? We're fighting a very strong board here, but no, it is not. Kaz going to drop here, and Kaz also... What a journey that player went on here. I'm not going to look too much at Carousel here, but I just want to go to this board because this was the Noxus player, remember? But then took Hedge Fund, Priz Ticket, and Money Monsoon and just said, you know what? I'm just going to take triple econ here and go for a 3-star 4 cost. I'm going for Braum 3 in this spot, have Seraphine 3, 6 Seraphines as well. And yeah, their board is getting pinged to all heck because they might as well roll down. Oh my god, they're just going to send it this round here. I think we do need to watch this board for this round because it's very decent odds that they're going to find a 3-star. Wait, I think they skipped a Lysandra on that roll down, unless I'm crazy here. They actually start selling board off at 13 HP, and oh my god, they had Seraphine 3 on 4-5. All right, well, back to our hero here, Achi. We're going to hope that we do not fight that player for a while, but in Achi's mind already, we have to be thinking, our board's actually not going to win this game if we just play for Baron Nashor 2. We are simply not going to win against that board because obviously 3-star 4 cost beats pretty much everything except for other 3-star 4 cost, 3-star 5 cost Prismatic trait. And obviously we're never reaching Prismatic trait, so I think the most reasonable thing for us to reach in this spot is actually something like a Kaisa 3 or a Rift Herald 3. We do go for the Baron unlock, move the just really nice CG over. The Palu buff, Edge of Night is fantastic here. Rotate into one of these Demacia long shots boards that we've talked about before, and I mean, we have talked about how much that board stabilizes you, and it's going to stabilize Cookie's OP enough to win that fight and actually drop us down off our win streak here. No 15 streak. Let it be known, NA players will not let Achi win 15 fights in a row. Strongest region in the world, baby. We're going to continue to, I mean, next stage we definitely have to roll down, especially because there's not that much incentive to not roll. I mean, what else do we really need in this spot here? There's no level 11 that we can push. Remember back when like level up allowed you like push an extra level cap? I forget. It allowed you to push 10 when 10 wasn't in the game. Something like that, right? I think so. We'd love some Kaisa items like I've alluded about so much here. I think we're looking for something like a JG here, but we end up just making Herald items, right? I mean, you can't itemize everybody, and so we'd much rather just itemize the Baron here in the spot where we're going to reach Baron 2 maybe even before Kaisa too, honestly, hilariously enough. So might as well go items there. Can slam the Sterax plus the LW, which is not amazing, but it's 2 items for the Baron, and then get a last one off of Carousel here. Makes sense. Pick up Swain 2 here. Normally, you will see people drop more out of these Void units as we get further on. Stuff like Skarner can end up fitting in over the Choseph Gath, or not Skarner, but Shivaner can fit over the Cho'Gath here. So fully expect that to be something that we do down the line. Even Kaisa can come off this board. At this point, after we move items over to the Baron, the Baron does get deleted by Kaz's Seraphine 3 board. I mean, just not a board that we are going to beat anytime soon. So yeah. The upside is we are still making gold every single round. We can still look for things like our 3-star 4 costs. We do end up selling out of the Kaisa like we talked about, just not really doing that much on the board right now. And so, yep, that's going to get cut. Do pick up the Baron here. We are still greeting our econ pretty hard because we know, yes, we lost last fight, but our board is still very, very, very strong. We are going to beat the majority of boards with, you know, just this Baron here and some extra upgrades here. We do beat Daydreaming here, so no need to send it here. We should play for max cap because a top 2 is essentially guaranteed, especially on 72 HP. We have all this HP to work with. We don't have to worry about not top 2ing in this spot. The only thing we have to play for here is highest tap, winning the lobby. And so that is what Achi is playing for in this spot, is just, you know, not rolling it down below 50 every single round, just looking for, okay, there's some extra Rift Heralds here. We don't actually even hold on to the extra Belveths here, which is kind of wild, but just saying, we're far enough away from that we're not going to hit it. But the Herald is something that we can very realistically go for as a 3-star in this spot here. And we do have 4 Heralds. Even holding on to the Kindreds here to increase the odds of hitting all of our 5 costs in this spot here. You know, maybe for some kind of backdoor 3-star 5 cost, though. Starting, if we had a Kindred 3 here, that would be crazy. But, I mean, Volibear is a very realistic one to hit in this spot, especially because, you know, no one else, as far as I understand it, has Volley unlocked. Kaz actually might, but is not, fielding it on board here. Even though, look at this setup, man. Everything 3-starred, went for it all. The Seraphine, the Braum, and just hit the Lysandra, though. Actually, you know, last second hit it, so it didn't combine on the board here. But that is a pretty decently strong board out of Kaz. At the end of stage 5, we have 3 people alive. Kaz, who is just disgustingly capped. Stay Alive here, who is just happy to stay alive himself, honestly, is very happy that this game is even a top 3, though it's very likely to just be that. I mean, Kaz is going to win every single fight from here on out. And also, Achi, at this point, you know, has to understand that the only out for us is a 3-star 5 cost. A 3-star 4 cost will not win us this lobby against 3 3-star 4 costs on this other board. So our only out here is hitting one of these guys on our board 3-star. Obviously, Baron would be the most fun one to hit, but also on the account of being a 7 cost, the hardest one to hit. And so we are just going to hold this bench full of every 5 or 7 cost that we can find here. We got a few rounds left for 40 HP, so we don't truly have to send it here. We're really probably going to have to send it in a couple of rounds. We do hit the Shiv here. We are on 5 Fiddles, and that's 6 Fiddles, 7 Fiddles. So we're getting there, and we just decided to send it this round because, I mean, we're so close, right? We might as well. We don't want to give Kaz or Stay Alive any chance to grief us, right? And there's our 8th Fiddlesticks. We are literally 1 off here. You might as well roll the rest of your gold here, because the second that anybody else sees this amount of Fiddles on your bench, they are going to try to grief you. So we got to roll the rest now. We find Volley, but obviously we don't need to pick that up. We just need to, we do actually pick it up to keep ourselves open to hitting, but we do hit the Fiddlesticks in, man, 6-3, so early. But that is a 3-star 5 cost on the board, and actually we don't even move the TG, because why would you? JG plus Death Cap here, pretty good. Fiddlesticks here, just gonna black out the board and just kill everybody here. Kaz down here and Stay Alive, I think, fought our clone here, so it will be the win for Achi. Just a beautifully played game, really, you know, knowing how to play towards win conditions, how the lobby conditions change when we are in something like a triple Priz lobby versus, you know, just a lobby with silver augments in it, things like that. Just an absolute masterclass. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch and Medify, all my links down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, as always.